Another episode of Streaming with Alex. Today I have a very special guest, just like a very special Blossom, I guess. Did you watch Blossom when you were a wee lad, Jeff?
I actually did, yes.
You did. I think I maybe saw one or two episodes. I know every week though they were like, "Stay tuned for a very special Blossom." I don't know what the specialness of it was, but it was. That's the thing. But we have Geff Bartrand. That's I said it right, right?
Yeah, Bertrand. Yep.
And but Jeff
Most
Jeff
people say
Bartrand.
most people say Bertrand. I'm like, that's a totally different artist. He's my
Cool, cool. He's a comics artist extraordinaire, doing some of techno noir. And can you see the full comic here, Jeff?
you can see like the width of the logo and down. So yeah,
Okay,
most of it, the
okay.
important parts anyway.
Oh, okay. And a cover a cover artist extraordinaire for Random Access. Yeah, there we go. It's a fantastic cover. But before we get into that and all of the fun stuff that we're going to learn about you, why don't you choose? Our stick is that we do three trivia questions. So you want to choose obsessed with Marvel or obsessed with Star Wars?
I'll do the Star Wars.
Yes. You're the third guest I've had on here, and nobody's chosen Star Wars. Which I got the book. I got the book, and it doesn't really work completely right because one of the things is it has this little mechanical box here, and it tells you what page to go to, and then it gives you four different possibilities: A, B, C, or D, and then the Marvel one goes. Ding, ding, ding if you get it right, and if you get it wrong. But this Star Wars one that I just got doesn't do any of that. So I'm gonna make the ding, ding, ding and sound. So let's hope that we're ding, ding, dinging. So page 12. And also, I think it restarts sometimes. So this may take longer than I was hoping, but we'll get into it. Who was Anakin Skywalker's father? Oh my gosh. A
Anakin.
A. Mildred Skywalker, B. Tamil Skywalker, C. Orkin Skywalker, or D. He didn't have a father.
Well, he was raised by his mom, so I don't know if he even knew his father.
Right.
So I'm gonna say no father.
Uh, I believe it's no father too, which is one of my problems with the Star Wars universe. Apparently, he was created by the Metachlorians, which is just kind of dumb. But we'll say D. And correct. Ding, 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 ding. Yay.
Woo! I'm a winner.
um, winner, winner. We are on question 13. I think this one might just go um, from each one. I'm wondering if, and I have no real way of testing this, but I'm wondering if all of these boxes are the same for all of the books because there's like three or four different books, and it would make sense that they would just program one of the things for it, but.
Yeah.
I don't know. Question 13. Which Jedi Master at one time tried to convince Qui-Gon Jinn to join the Jedi Council? A. Ki Adi Mundi, B. Plo
Yeah,
Koon, C. Yarella Poof, or D. Yaddle?
I thought it was Yoda, but he's not one of the choices.
Not one of the choices.
Can I hear those again?
I didn't even pronounce it right the first time. Which Jedi Master at one time tried to convince Qui-Gon Jinn to join the Jedi Council? A. Ki Adi Mundi, B. Plo Koon, C. Yariel Poof, or D. Yaddle? Yaddle's the only one that I know, really. That's the female Yoda, right?
Yeah, I know Plo Koon. He's one of the cooler Jedi's. I'm gonna say Plo Koon.
Is he the one with the mask and he kind of has a
Yeah, he's got some kind of weird horn.
all right, we'll say B. Oh, yes, we don't. Guess we'll never know because instead it sent us to page 113. We may have to just ditch this one, but we'll try a couple more.
It
All
didn't
right,
even give,
130. What's that?
it didn't even give us an answer.
I no, no. It's a it's a crappy. That's why I'm wondering if all of the mechanical boxes are the same. Then I could just use the Marvel box, and then we'd be all set. So 113. Um, what was one of Darth Maul's earliest memories? A. Building his lightsaber. B. Going to the Jedi Temple with Darth Sidious to watch Jedi enter and exit the building. C. Relentless martial arts trainings. Or D. Traveling from his home world to Coruscant.
I'm gonna say the martial arts training.
C. Relentless martial arts training. No. All right. All right. This book sucks. I guess we're done with the trivia, and I'll just have to, I don't know, buy another book or just do Marvel for now. Sorry about that. Big old fat waste of time. But hey, I have one big question for you, and I don't want to know the answer, so don't tell me the answer. Are you Hundo? And if not, who is Hundo?
It's me and a friend, our hundo.
Oh, okay. So you're like conjoined twins?
Now he's a. I lived in Florida for 17 years, and he was a
Yeah.
good friend there. And
Yeah.
he's the writer. He doesn't
Okay,
want
cool.
his he doesn't want his real name known, but Doyle Bunions.
You're gonna break his confidence. Why do you think he doesn't want to be known? It's kind of cool to have to, the mystery and all of that stuff, but it's kind of odd too.
Who knows what's lurking inside his brain? I just don't think he has that ego. He just wants
Yeah.
to do stuff and get stuff out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's fantastic. I think it's cool. So when you guys work on projects and stuff, you does one of you say, "Hey, I want to do this," and the other one's like, "All right, let's do this," or do you guys kind of work on whatever it is that you come up with like
Well, he
this?
like that one. He wrote the story, and then
Right,
he's great at finding different artists, and he found
right,
the guy that did the cover. He's great at finding like different artists and stuff. And but like, I'm like I'm also the artist, but I also put all
right,
the together,
right, right, right.
edit everything together. But he's the one behind the scenes finding the different artists to collab and finding the cover artists. And
That's cool. That's cool. He's probably watching this, huh?
he probably will once he finds I'm getting interviewed.
That's cool. So which one of these, for anybody that doesn't know, this is called Tech Noir, and it's by Hundo Industries, and it's one drug-addled, futuristic, dystopian um, adventure. Is that how you would describe it?
Yeah, I love the story. The story's a lot of fun. I think it
Yeah,
came
yeah,
together really well. And
yeah, yeah. It's definitely great.
I love how when he does the drip is what the drug's called, it
Right.
changes
Yeah.
a different artist.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And just I mean, you just open the book or you just feel the book and it's got such a great weight and all that stuff. It's really, really nicely printed. Where was it printed? Was it Comics Wellspring?
Yes.
Yeah,
It,
yeah. They do a great job. A little bit expensive, but they do a great job. Um, but yeah, so
he
you
was a
did the
stickler
first
about
three.
he was a
What's that?
stickler about the quality. He wanted everything to be like really nice. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you're gonna put something out, you might as well put it out as best as you can. Um, so you did the first 3 pages
4 pages.
of
I
this?
did
Four,
the
4 pages,
intro page.
right?
That's my page. I did the
You,
intro page on the
you
inside cover,
you
and
did
then the
all the, yeah,
3 pages of the story.
yeah, yeah.
So those
So
are my
that's
pages there, and then that's a different artist.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. All of the artists are super great. I did a, review of it on here, and it's fantastic, fantastic stuff. Oh yeah, I had to cover up the boobies with with some post-it notes, which is pro tip. Post-it notes are really good for doing that because you can take them right off and they don't damage the comic or anything like that. Um, So let's get to know you a little bit. Where are you from? How old are you? And all of that cool stuff.
I was born in St. Clair, Michigan, or Port Huron, Michigan. That's where the hospital was. But I grew up in St. Clair, Michigan, and
Right.
then I was 19 or 20. I took off and moved to Tampa, Florida, and now
Just
I
by yourself?
retired. Yeah, my brother lived there, but
Yeah.
as soon as I moved down, like 3 weeks later, he moved back to Michigan. So I was by myself, which was a fun adventure,
I bet.
being humbled and growing up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you do what you got to do, and I was happy about it. I loved Florida, but now I
Yeah.
reside in Springfield, Missouri.
How do you like that, Missouri?
I don't mind. I like it. I mean,
Yeah.
I got a decent job. As long as I get to draw and
Yeah.
hang out with
Yeah.
my family, I'm fine. I'm here for the adventure.
Yeah. 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 That I hear you. So also, what's your favorite comic book? Growing up, and who's your favorite artist?
I would have to say Swamp Thing. I love the
That's a good
Superman
one.
stories. So Bernie Wrightson has always been my favorite artist. And I actually got to meet him at MegaCon in Orlando, Florida before he passed.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, they say never to meet your heroes, but he was so humbled and amazing to talk to. I mean, I
Yeah.
love every minute of it.
Yeah. It's so hard because like they say that and I can totally understand it because your hero might be a jerk to you or whatever and that can totally change your perspective. And like I knew a lady that I worked with, an older lady, and she met Kenny Rogers, and like I think she was working at the restaurant that I was working at, and he came in and he was like she asked for an autograph or something and he yelled at her and stuff. So I don't know. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple times too. Gary
Yeah.
B.
Yes.
Gary Busey was an asshole.
Who was?
Busey.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe that was his. He was on some major drugs at the time. I know he had some problems with it. Um, but especially like comic book. How many conventions have you gone to and shown your art to other artists and or editors?
Um, Let me see. I At MegaCon, I showed my art to um
Like they talk about Neil Adams being famous for making artists cry, which there's definitely a fine line between being honest and and trying to point somebody in the right direction and stuff like that, and just being a dick and saying, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, you suck. There's a completely different fine line between those.
I think the only people I've given my art to, or I gave it to Henry Rollins. I gave him one of my art books.
Oh
And
yeah. Dude.
he said he really enjoyed looking through it,
Yeah.
but he didn't really know what to say because he's
Right.
like, I don't know. I'm not a art critique, but I enjoyed going through
Right.
it. But then at
Yeah. Yeah.
MegaCon, I gave one of my first comic book that I did to Tim Vigil, and he
Oh,
hated it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
he emailed me and said it was pure garbage.
Oh, really? No, really?
It wasn't his style. He's like, I mean, the first comic I did short stories based on these weird dreams I had.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wasn't like the super demonic devil worshiping,
Yeah. Yeah.
detailed stuff. It was just funny little comedy stories. And that
Yeah.
wasn't the bag. So I was just like, I didn't get offended by it. Tim Vigil's still one of my heroes.
Yeah, yeah. That's too bad. It's really too bad when somebody like that. I mean, he's not an educator, um, so it's hard, or an editor. So he's just kind of going off his own thing. I remember when I was at Cubert's, one of my teachers was a guy named High Eisman, and he did a lot of Archie stuff. So his style was super Archie, and so we had this assignment where I had to do something, and then he would like everybody would come up one at a time to to his desk or whatever, and he would put an overlay of vellum, and then he would kind of draw over what he saw, what he thought was right, what he thought wasn't right. So he would do that, but all of the stuff that he would draw over, like he drew over my stuff, and then it was archified, like it looked like Archie. And I'm like, how can you say that this is wrong or that's wrong, and then show me that it's just Archie? Like you've done that to everybody, so you're not really talking about style or how things are right or wrong. You're talking about style when you're doing something like that. So
It's like every artist is different. We all have our own
yeah,
likes
yeah,
and dislikes, and so that's why I
right.
said I didn't get offended when he said that. I was just like, it's not you're not the targeted audience for that comic.
Right, right, right. I think maybe editors might be better at showing stuff too, because they see him a lot and maybe they interact. I don't know. I've never actually shown my stuff at a con. I've been way too chicken shit to do that to do anything like that. But so uh when did you start getting so Swamp Thing's your favorite comic, like the Bernie Wrightson stuff and or the Alan Moore Total Bin and Rick Veitch and all of that stuff? Or was it like, once Wrightson was gone?
All the Swamp Things. I love the Bernie Wrightson era, but
Yeah.
I think my favorite era is probably the Alan Moore. The
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
stories and everything were just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're beautiful. I mean, Steve Bissett and Rick Veitch and all of them doing these stories, they're just so flowing, and they're
Oh
just
yeah, artwork
beautiful.
was so good. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
after
So who
after the first run, after Alan Moore had to rewrite everything, like the first 20 books I think was different, where Alan Moore had to go back and rewrite everything.
Right, yeah. Well, I can totally see him doing that. I just saw an interview with, Rick Veitch. Did you see that one on, Comics Tropes?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where
I watched
yeah,
that
where he was
yesterday
talking
actually.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah, where he was talking about how it was to, work with Alan Moore, and he said he was wonderful and fantastic and a great human being, great writer and all that stuff, which is not what you hear from other sources. They're like, "Oh, he's so difficult," and all that stuff, but
yeah, that's what I heard is he was super difficult, but maybe they clicked and
yeah, yeah,
well
yeah. You never know. You never know when with artist types who's gonna, clash and who's gonna click right away. So is Bernie Wrightson your favorite artist?
for the longest time, yes. I mean, I get inspiration from a lot of different artists. I'm very
Yeah,
eclectic in my art style. Like I
yeah,
have my comedy, silly style, and then there's my surreal, trippy style, and like
yeah.
your there, the just all out craziness style. But as I said, I just everything influences me. I'm a comic collector. I'm a toy collector. I love horror
Right,
movies and comedies, and so everything just seeps in my noggin, and whatever
right.
comes out comes out.
So right, but so when you drawn, do you think that you tried to emulate Wrightson or anybody else as much as you could? That's what
Probably.
a lot of people do.
I know when I first started out, I was more trying to be like the Marvel
Yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah,
So I was like, I want to be like comics, and then after that, I was just like, nah, forget this. I want to come up with my own style. Like
yeah, yeah.
people that get noticed have their own identity. So it's like usually if you see my stuff, you can pretty much
Oh yeah, yeah,
tell.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, you definitely have a unique style, a very intricate, detailed thing, for sure. I mean, look at this. Look at this cover. It's crazy. It's craziness. Yeah, you've just put so much stuff into it. I love it. Um,
I
so you're
print
also what's that?
said I have the original right here.
Yeah, yeah. So you just started a YouTube channel, and how's that going? And what do you think like expectations are and all that cool stuff?
Well, I had an old YouTube channel that I did mostly. It was toys, comics, and art all in
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
That one I'm at like 1,700, almost 1,800 subscribers.
Oh,
But
wow.
I wanted to do something just for my art.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've done the toy videos for like 15 years now, and it's not going anywhere. So I was like, I got to let it go, and I got to just focus on what brings me peace, and that's my art. And I
Yeah. Yeah.
just started it like a couple weeks ago, and I've got like 38 subscribers.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely it's a slog, getting more subscribers and, thinking that you've plateaued or whatever, and then trying to get the word out. It's definitely not an easy thing to do. Um,
It's always
but
a challenge.
so
You do
what's
what you do.
that?
I said it's always a challenge, but you do what brings you happiness and peace. And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just want
yeah.
to focus on my art. And
Yeah, yeah. I find that like I was really struggling with my identity as a YouTuber because I started with doing those send your books off to CGC and then getting them back and revealing them and stuff. And I enjoyed that. That was kind of cool. But then I was like, I want to do art stuff and but then the reviews just kind of, flowed out of me because I was like cartoonist kayfabe, which have you watched some cartoonist kayfabe,
oh
I
yeah,
assume.
well
Yeah.
before the fall.
Yeah, yeah, before the fall. Yeah, I mean, they were just going over the same stuff, and there's so much stuff out there. Um, all those indie comics from the 90s and 2000, whatever, black and white or color, whatever, that they just completely ignored. And I was like, hey, there's a nice little niche. Um,
Oh
so
yeah, I love how you're doing it. How you go out and you find the comic books and then you go through the stack or reviewing them.
oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
basically what I do. I go to the comic shop and I dig through the dollar boxes and
yeah,
find
yeah.
interesting stuff.
Yeah, yeah. That I definitely when I go and look at the dollar boxes now, I definitely have a different eye for it because before I'd be like, oh, this is cool, this Invisibles, I'll get this Invisibles or whatever it was that I liked. But now I'm like, oh, a power comic. I can review that on the channel or something that is just weird and crazy. I'll be like, hey, people might like that. Are you a Power Comics fan?
I like all kinds of stories. I mean, I'll give anything a try. It's just
Yeah.
I, I like to read, and if something catches my eye, like usually when I'm digging through the dollar boxes, I try to. I'm like you. I try to find stuff that I haven't didn't even know existed
Yeah,
before,
yeah,
or just something that has a badass cover on it, and it's like
yeah.
that looks cool. I found a lot of cool stuff that way. And I like the old like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ripoffs, like the gerbils and the
Yeah, yeah.
the 80s
Radioactive black belt hamsters.
and the 80s like
Yeah,
Toy Property comics and all those. I like comics. I'm not a Marvel fan or a DC fan. I like the whole spectrum, and I love
yeah,
independent comics. So
yeah, yeah. I'm very similar to that. So you're really into toys. Um, so do you like buy and sell toys, or is it just the manufacturing and stuff like that that you're into?
I used to have an eBay shop. I
Yeah,
sold, bought and sold, and did all that, but then
yeah,
quit because at the time everybody figured out how to scam people. And
yeah, yeah,
every time I sold something, they were like, "Oh, it showed up damaged." I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
I'm, I'm like, did the box show up crushed or anything? Do you have photos of anything? They're like,
Right,
no.
right.
Like, no, no, no. So I was like,
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
this.
and yeah, and
I still
there's
do.
nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's like if I do now, then I want to do it in person. So it's like I
Right.
want
Yeah.
the interaction with people. I want the experiences of meeting new people and stuff like that. So I mean,
That's cool. That's cool. That's very cool.
I
Um,
mostly just collect now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, eBay, they plus their fees are just astronomical. Like I was on it like heavy duty. I had like 7 or 8 thousand items on there or whatever last year, and I'm like, hey, I'm they're charging me over 50%. What the hell is this? So
Yeah.
then I was just like, eBay, not for me. Well, I still have stuff on there, but not nearly as much.
I
So
usually just go to local toy shops now and trade.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's toy shops? You mean like I don't know what you mean. Like not Toys R Us.
No, just like local toys. There's a
Yeah,
guy here who does like he owns a toy shop with one of his like sponsors, I guess, and then he
yeah,
also does a local convention here. But I usually just go there. He's a really nice guy, and we just end
yeah.
up talking and trading toys.
That that's awesome. Have you seen the Toys That Made Us shows on Netflix?
Oh yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to a new season. I heard they were gonna be
Oh,
doing this.
really? That's awesome. I thought they were all done with it, but yeah, I love those. I love all of the. They have the movies that made us and toys that made us and stuff. So,
They do
I saw.
the old toys too. They got that company. I think it was those guys that started that one that are doing
Who did?
the nacelle. They're doing
Oh
the
yeah.
biker mice from Mars toys
Oh,
and
that's cool.
all those toys.
That's awesome. Are you like a creator of toys? Do you like sculpt and or I know there's a lot of people that like strip some figures down and then repaint them and take them apart and add them to other stuff and stuff like that.
I'm more of the latter. It's called kit bashing, where you take
Kit
parts
bashing. Right.
of one toy and then parts of another and make your
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I like to do that. I would love to learn how to do like the resin casting and
Yeah.
all that stuff, but I don't have the time with my
Yeah.
doing the art for comics and everything. I've already spread myself way too thin. But I do toy packages for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've made some good friendships that way. I love doing that. And then I don't know if you've heard of Lab Monkey number 9. But him and a couple guys put on these like custom toy art shows on Instagram,
Oh, that's cool.
and I've been in the last 3. It's like if you go to my Instagram page, you can see the toys I made for that. But
Right, right. That's cool. That's awesome. So yeah, I love the dragon riders that you did. You did the what's it called? The back packaging or whatever.
yeah, Dragon Riders of the Six has always been one of my favorite toy lines. So
Yeah,
when I saw he was doing stuff, I reached out and I was like, "Hey man, I love this. If you ever need
yeah,
any art for any of these projects, let me know."
yeah, yeah. That's awesome. I've never actually heard of it. Was it? It wasn't a cartoon, was it?
No, it was just an
No,
old
just yeah,
DFC for children is what the company was, but
yeah,
it basically came out the same time Dungeons and Dragons came out. Was like the companies, they see the popularity of a toy line and they want to jump in on the market, so they
yeah, yeah,
jumped in on the fantasy line. It's really cool. The creatures and characters are awesome, and I
yeah,
have
yeah.
I have the whole collection.
That's cool. That's awesome.
I love
So
that
are you?
expanding.
I'm kind of in the same boat where like I'll do sculpting and stuff, but then I'll be like, this is taken away from my comic book stuff, you know? So I'm like, as much as I enjoy this, I enjoy the comic book stuff more, so I'm gonna go with that, you know? Is that kind of how you feel?
I mean, I still love kit bashing toys. I have bins of
Right.
parts, but I usually where I used to do it a lot more, now I
Yeah.
usually only do it for the online art shows, and then
Right. Right.
spend the rest of my time doing the comics and the toy packaging. But now that I started the art channel on YouTube, it's like every week I'm gonna try to do like a not a live show, but a like a art process episode where I
Right.
do
Right.
time lapse of me doing like the first one I did a painting of Scareglow from
Yep.
He-Man and the Masters of the
Yep.
Universe.
Yeah,
This
I was watching that today.
I bought like a little teeny square sketchbook, and like this
Yep.
Friday is gonna be the first. I'm gonna do inking and just do like a picture on that, and just try to do different things. I'm sure at some point I'm gonna do like a custom figure video and just, but it's mostly gonna be paintings and sketches
Right.
and stuff like that. But
Right. Do you like most comic book artists that I know actually don't enjoy the color work as much as the line, the penciling and inking stuff. Are you more do you enjoy doing the coloring or as much, or is that like, not as fun for you?
I love both, but I'm
Yeah.
a huge fan of the black and white ink, and
Yeah.
sometimes putting color on it ruins it for me. So I
Yeah.
usually when I do my art, I do the ink page and then I scan that in, and then if I color the scan because I love the black ink work
Yeah.
pages.
Yeah.
But I do love to color, but it is more of a chore for me. It's like
It's
a
it's it's a chore for me too. Like like you, I enjoy it. Well, I enjoy the finished product. I don't enjoy the actual like filling in the, open spaces or whatever. Even like the watercoloring where you're giving it more depth and stuff like that, or oil painting and stuff like that. It's just I don't know, something about it. I think it's just um, I'm just kind of wondering why we enjoy the line work over the color work, as artists. I'm sure there's plenty of artists that enjoy the color work more than the than line work. It's something in our brains that's or in our background personality or something like that. I don't know. What do you think?
I think for me it's always come down to like the 70s artists that inspired me back through the
Yeah,
80s, stuff like Bernie Wright's, and they were all doing these black and white. And then the 2000 AD comics from overseas, it's like they did
yeah,
these amazing black and white stories, and those just were so powerful to me that.
yeah, yeah.
And then you see like the Marvel comics, it's just like one solid color with no shading or anything.
Right, right.
It's I don't know, but I I mean when I color, I like to get layers and layers and layers of colors and
Right, right. Maybe
you
it's that it's the last thing in the process other than lettering, and nobody likes lettering. But I think maybe it's like one of the last things in the process. And for me, like I get fatigue quite a bit. So after like if I'm like I do random access and I used to do 10 pages, and then after that 10 pages, if I was um still on it, I would be like I could feel myself not enjoying it as much, not putting my full effort into it. So really, it's the fatigue, and you go through the penciling and then the inking, and then by the time you're coloring it, I feel like I'm super fatigued about it. Do you feel like that at all?
Oh yeah, because I put a lot of time into my inks. I mean,
Yeah,
I love inks, and I just get lost. Yeah, like that. It's like I just
yeah,
get so
yeah, like
lost in
that.
it. I enjoy inking tremendously, and then coloring. It's just like, oh, I got to do more.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So when you start out, do you do like are your pencils really pretty rough, or are you pretty tight penciler?
I am not a tight penciler. I just do very rough sketches,
Yeah, yeah,
and then I add all the details in for the inks.
yeah,
That's why I
yeah,
could never be like a professional comic artist because it's like I have to do my own inking because
yeah,
if
yeah,
people inked over my pencils, it would be garbage.
yeah, yeah.
I
I
basically
I
just get
actually
shapes.
yeah, I actually heard about Bernie Wrightson that he would go straight to inks and not pencil at all often.
Um,
That is crazy.
I I change so many things in the penciling stage. It's like I
Yeah,
start sketching something out, and then I'm like, oh, this would look cooler, or
yeah, yeah,
this panel would be more dramatic if I did it this way. So I'm
yeah.
always changing things until everything just becomes a big cohesive piece, and so I could never do that because I would never get anything done.
Right, right, right. So when you Hundo, you're the writer, what's his name again?
Doyle Bunions.
Yeah, Doyle Bunyan. That's not really his name.
Yeah, it is. That is the best name
I just
ever. What are you
realized that
talking about?
that's not really his name. Okay, so Doyle, that's hilarious. Um, Doyle is the writer on this. Does he write a lot any of your other stuff? Like when you're not working with him, I mean, does he write stuff for you?
He wrote Gabo.
Right, right.
This one he wrote specifically for me. He's like, I
Uh-huh.
want you just to get super detailed with it, and so he wrote a fantasy story for me to do, and yeah, that one was a lot of work, but a
Yeah.
lot of fun. And I'm waiting.
Uh,
That one's going to be coming out on Kickstarter soon. I know I keep saying it was the 1st of February was supposed to come out, and then the end of February. But
no.
we're working on the campaign and trying to get it out
Yeah.
here. We both
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
jobs and things get.
I totally understand about doing Kickstarter, and yours is actually in the mail. But you know, my biggest thing was the sculptures and getting those all done, not painted. I couldn't send these out painted. But yeah, getting everything done. I mean, Kickstarter is such a it's a difficult thing. I thought it was very difficult. When you do a Kickstarter, are you like me? Do you check the page every day for backers? And like when you first started, are you like super scared that you're not going to make your quota or whatever?
Oh, sometimes. I mean,
Sometimes.
I know when it first starts out, I try not to look at it because it's
Yeah.
just depressing. Because most of the time, people wait till the last day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I usually at least try to check it out for a couple times a week. But I
Yeah.
know for
Yeah.
Mundo, we usually only do 100 issues. We try to keep it small and simple, and then we
Yeah.
hold back issues so we can do like conventions and shows.
Right. Right. Right.
I know for this book, it was strictly just 100 books because this was a like a sample book.
Yeah.
It's got like the first 10 pages of Gabo in it, and then it's got a couple other stories that I'm
Right.
working on in it. It was just to get my art and my stories out there. So that one
Yeah.
was a quick, very rare 100 copy book. But I know when we did Tech Noir, I think it went over a little bit. And then we got extra issues to sell at shows, and Gabo is going to be the same way. I
So
think
so you only plan on printing 100 issues or however many backers plus whatever. But you don't ever plan on reprinting any of the stuff? Like are you sold out of this tech noir, and are you
Tech
gonna
Noir,
reprint it?
Tech Noir sold out,
Yeah.
and he got a second print run.
So
And
there is a second print run.
yeah, I think the only thing that's different is there's a couple things on the inside that are
Right.
different.
Yeah.
And then
Huh.
he also let one of the guys from overseas reprint it, but he had to do his own cover
Right, right.
because this is a
Huh.
different this artist here, he didn't want to, or we didn't want to, take advantage or anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're like, as long as you do your own cover and credit and all that stuff, then you can reprint it over there so people over there can get it as well.
That's cool. That's cool. When you guys do your Kickstarters, do you sell internationally too?
We try. I mean, it's a lot more difficult because
It
especially
sucks
now
balls.
shipping awful.
Yeah.
It used to be great. I mean, we could send stuff overseas for like $10.
Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah.
like $35 or something like that. It's like
Yeah.
almost not worth it. So I think for Tech Noir we mostly stuck to the United States, but
One one of the great things about modern indie comics, and I think this might be like a um, something that everybody is going to do as an indie comic creator, is that you have oh, what's it called? Is it Lunar? Are they they're one of the print on demands, the guys that Jamie Barrows uses. But anyway, print on demand, it's such a good thing. I mean, you can sell it anywhere, right? And not have all of the copies. I kind of just think that that's going to be like one of the mainstays that indie comics do is the printing on demand.
Yeah, that is a great way to do it. But I mean, I like doing shows. I
Yeah,
don't I
yeah.
don't do many, but I love to do them. I'd love to do a lot more. I'd love that to be my job, just traveling around doing shows. I
That
like
that would be a fantastic job.
yeah. I love meeting new people, and I'm a very I'm an introvert, but
Yeah,
I've been trying to put myself into uncomfortable situations and grow and become
yeah,
a better
yeah.
person because I'm a homebody. I just want to stay home and draw.
Yeah, yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like a super shy person. I found out because I started door dashing a couple of years ago, and that really made me come out of my shell more. Like a lot of the conventions and stuff that are around here, I say a lot of conventions. We have like one a year, maybe two. I just kind of wouldn't go to because I'm so shy and like you introverted. Is there a big convention scene around you? Like you have a lot of cons?
There's a local show, like I said, with the toy guy. He puts on a toy and comic show every year,
Yeah.
and sometimes I do that, but sometimes I miss the deadline to get a table, so I just go and support it
Yeah.
anyway. But I know
Yeah. Yeah.
there's Missouri Comic Con. They started a few years ago. I haven't got a table there yet, but I plan on it sometime. And then there's conventions in Branson. They're all around, but I haven't really done. I've mostly been doing the local show. But
Do
I want
you
to
do
branch
you
out.
ever do shows with the writer of Tech Noir?
We did one. We This last year we got accepted into SPX, the Small Press
Y-
Expo.
Oh yeah.
So we did that, and that was out in Washington. It was like
Yeah.
took us like 2 years to get accepted.
Oh, huh.
So I was
It blows my mind that that people have to apply for tables. Like you have to apply to give your money to somebody to take your money. That just blows my mind. Like, I'm like, screw that. If they don't want me, I'm not gonna, spend my money on the table or whatever. I'll do something else. But, I guess that's just me.
yeah, it was an expensive trip, but it was fun, and it
Yeah.
was an experience.
Yeah. I've also heard in the random access chat by a lot of people that conventions really aren't worth it, or a lot of people don't feel like they're worth it selling their indie comics. Do you think it's worth it to do those
mean,
specifically for selling?
it's good in the way that you're getting to meet new people that wouldn't normally look for that kind of thing.
Right,
You might open other people's eyes to a different type of story and meet new people that could be lifelong fans. I
right,
think
right.
it's worth it that way. And then, just like I said earlier, getting out there and practicing talking to people and enjoying the experience. But I mean, for selling, I mean, a lot of the times, sometimes you don't make your money back. Sometimes,
Right, right.
sometimes you do. I mean, it all
Yeah,
depends on the show.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
been at shows where one thing sells like hotcakes. Like I did a show and I made coloring books.
yeah.
The first show I didn't sell one,
Huh,
and then the next show sold out of them.
huh.
So you never know what people are looking for at the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Are
like
you
I do like a big mix of stuff. Like I do
yeah,
like a found thrift store paintings and my paintings, and then I do the comic books and the toys and stuff like
yeah.
that. There's a wide range of things. So if I don't sell one thing, then I sell others. So I usually make my money, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's always best in anything to have like as an indie comic creator. I think one of the best things that you can do is just have a lot of stuff. Create a lot of stuff. These indie creators that have like a half a book done or they have one book done every 10 years or something like that. It's just I don't really see how that can be Like we're not in this to make money, obviously, but I just think that the more stuff that you produce, the greater chance that you're going to be able to sell something and get known, I guess.
I mean, I try to do everything. I make custom shirts. We have
Yeah.
we have a Cricut machine, so I make some designs for shirts. So I have clothes and art and comics and just a
That's
mix of
cool.
everything. So it's when people come to my table, it's like I usually try to, like, if a convention they do the cosplay, I'm like, oh, that character there, I have a sketch card of that character, and then that's
Oh,
how
that's
we start
cool.
the conversation. Or they have a
Yeah.
T-shirt with a character that I did a sketch card on. Just
Yeah.
I try to look for ways to bridge the gap of communication, I guess. But
Yeah, yeah, that's really one of the hardest things is communicating with the people at the cons. Like I've been to cons where I'm not at a table and I'm going past people and they're like at a table and they're just kind of looking like a deer in the headlights and they like almost like they don't want to be there. And then I've gone to the next table and there's somebody like, "Hey, check this out, check this out, check this out." It's almost like overbearing. So it's really kind of it's you got to get that kind of happy medium, I think.
oh yeah, usually if somebody's, because I've been to conventions like you said, and somebody's just looking down, reading a
Yeah.
book or drawing or
Yep.
something, and it's like I like to engage the people and talk with them.
Right. Right.
I mean, I try not to be overbearing. I usually just try to say, "Hey, I like your shirt. I got a sketch card here."
Right. Right.
Just
Right.
try to get somebody to come to the table, and usually sometimes even if they don't want to, they'll come and look at it and they'll be like, "Hey, your art's cool," and then they walk off and
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe you
It's
planted a seed.
Yeah, 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 that's the thing. It's like, I've been thinking that, um, being successful at what we're doing, it takes having as many people, you know, you can show your art to 1,000 people, but if only 10 of them like it, then that's fine because then you just have to show your art to a 10,000 people and then 100 people will like it. So it's just really about getting as many eyeballs on your artwork as you possibly can, I think.
We definitely appreciate, as artists, if you like our art and you have friends that you think might like our art,
Yeah,
if you share it
yeah,
to them, or just plug our channel, share a reel in your stories or something.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
live by
definitely.
support, and every little bit of support helps, and we truly
Yeah, yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So, what's your well, no, I'm gonna get back to that. So when you're writing your own stuff and not with the other hundo. I don't know how to call you guys hundo, like you're hundo, he's hundo, you're both hundo. Um, but like when you're doing your own stuff, you're writing your own stuff. You feel like you're a writer and do you like make a script for yourself and all that stuff, or do you just, start on your page and not do a script?
I I've been really trying to push myself as a writer. I have, like, one of the other stories that was in that Hundo book I showed earlier is like the first story I started writing, and I'm done with it now. I'm in the process of adding the words
Yeah,
and sending the pages down and editing the book together. And I have really pushed myself for this story. It's like I've worked on it with my child, and it's a story about basically her in a post-apocalyptic world, and she becomes like a little barbarian. And
that's cool.
our pets are like, what is that? Anthropomorphic? Is that the
Yeah,
word?
yeah,
The
yeah,
human animals.
yeah, yeah, like the turtles.
Yeah, it's like a gas. Like when the aliens invade and bomb our planet, the cracks open up in the earth, and it releases this gas, and it changes all the animals into like mutant hybrids and stuff like that. And then the first story, it starts out they're deep in the world being chased, but then the second half of the book is the origin story of how it all happened.
Right.
I've been I wrote the story like since they were 2 years old, and we were doing art together. I wanted to incorporate some characters by them and then some of
Yeah.
my characters into the story. I
That's
thought that
awesome.
would be a great way to do it. And but now that I'm
Kind of
putting
like,
it together, I see part of the
yeah,
story and I rewrite little bits I think will work better. So
yeah,
I'm trying to become a better story writer, and this one is I think it's turned out really good, and I'm excited about continuing the story and
that's
getting this
awesome.
there. It's like a 40, I think 41 page first issue. It was going to be two issues, and then I decided to combine it since I wanted the origin story in the first book.
So is it like could it just be a trade paperback or graphic novel instead of just a comic?
It's going to be a comic. I just
Yeah,
the first issue is like the Marvel and all that were double size special
yeah,
issue first issue.
right.
But no, I got ideas for continuing the story. Like I said, I have a wealth of characters I've been drawing since teenage years, and then the characters
Right.
that my child has come up with. I want to incorporate them all and get her input into it all, and just have a fun thing for us. It's like they're going to do a pinup in the first book, but then in the continuing books, she's going to get to do her own couple page storyline. Like every
Yeah,
time the character in the book gets knocked out or goes to sleep or something like that, she's going to go into dream state, and then that's going to be like her characters. She's going to get to. I told her just to go crazy, and it could be a dream sequence, so anything can happen. I was like, I just want you to have fun with it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's going to be a lot of fun to work with my child on something.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be cool. Unless it becomes super famous and she's like, "Give me all the money for it."
I
You
give
know
her
how
big
child
money
actors.
for it anyway. I told him it'd
Um,
be a great way to earn some money, but this is
yeah,
usually the process. I scratch something out on a piece of paper. Usually it's like a small post-it note. I do like little
yeah,
doodles of how I want the page laid out, and I write story ideas down. But for this, I was at work and I grabbed just a piece of paper and just wrote down for my what the fuck story.
yeah, yeah. That's cool. That's awesome. Everybody has their own process. I don't do any kind of scripts or thumbnails or anything. I just dive in. But usually for whatever I'm working on, I've thought about it for last like a week or so before I do anything on the page. Um,
Well, like I said
so
earlier, my brain is so scattered with everything going into it that I try to get like a story plot down.
right, right.
A lot of the times I'm like, oh, I'll remember this. This is an awesome idea. And then the next day it's like, what was that idea? So I was like,
Yeah,
got in the
yeah,
habit of
yeah,
writing things down just in case.
yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. That's why you'll probably see in the chat, I'll be like, "Hey, I had this cool story idea," and I'll write it down, whatever. That's really not for people to say anything about it. It's just because I need to write something down or I'll forget it.
Yeah.
So that's I'm basically I think we're all the same in the same boat. Um, so that is that what you're currently your main focus on, or is the other thing that's coming out with the Kickstarter your kind of your main thing that you're
Gobbo,
working on?
Gobbo, the first issue is done. I mean,
Right.
I still haven't got the story for issue two, but that one is completely done. That one we first released it at the SPX show. That was the introduction to Gobbo,
Yeah.
and now we're just going to do the Kickstarter, and so that's just that one. That one's completely done. My focus now was on the Winter's Journey. That's what the story I'm working on, and I said I'm about halfway done. All the pages are done. Art. It's a black and white story. I am about halfway done sizing the pages down and putting the text in. So that should be done within a month because I've been
That
like after
that's
work, I
cool.
get one page, pretty much one page, maybe two pages done. So it's a slow process, but
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna ask you, how long do you think it takes you to do a page like this with this crazy amount of detail?
um, I mean, if I didn't have a job, it wouldn't take me a week.
Amen. Amen, brother.
usually takes me a couple weeks, but
to
I've been
do.
getting a lot. I've been getting a lot faster with the like the pencil sketch and then the inking and stuff like that. So yeah, usually
Yeah.
within a week to 2 weeks, depending on how much time I can put into it.
I was gonna say, how many hours do you think? How many hours do you think you took you to do this?
Oh my God, you're asking the impossible question. Hours and hours. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
if you zoom in, you can see like all the little stippling and cross
Oh,
hatching,
yeah. Yeah,
every
yeah,
every kind of little effect imaginable.
yeah, yeah. Is stippling, you do quite a bit of stippling. Um,
I love
it
stippling.
looks fantastic, it looks great. It would drive me crazy to try to do that. Um,
I'm a very patient
y
soul.
you enjoy it? You enjoy the stippling where you just, you know, sit down and buckle in and, you know, chill out?
Yeah, I mean, I usually hate my art until it's finished, but
Yeah, yeah.
I usually just put on some music, and zone out, and just get lost in the details. I love it.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
I know
I hear you.
it's a pain in the ass, but when it's done, I'm proud of it. I know
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
like, "Oh, you put too much detail into it," and it's like, "I can't get into it." I'm like, "I wanna do stuff where you can read the book, and then you go back and you look at the art, and you just keep finding new stuff."
Right, right, right. Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want
definitely,
somebody to be look at the
definitely.
book and then just like, "Okay, I seen this, I can put it away and never read it again."
Right,
I
right.
like to do things where people look through and find kinds of hidden stuff.
Right, right. It's definitely a divergent from what's kind of popular now with the manga stuff, where like the art, you know, it may be really good, it may be kind of detailed, but it's so fast moving that you know, you're going through a full manga book in, you know, an hour or something like that. You know, one of those big thick tomes that they have. Just because the art is so I don't
Like,
less detailed? Is you think manga is less detailed?
well, a lot of the times they don't put in backgrounds, like panel to panel. They don't put in background.
Right.
It's just like characters and talking and stuff. Even if I do a page, like I've been noticing it a lot on this Winter's Journey book. It's like I do all this detail in the background, and then a word bubble ends up covering most of it anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like, why did I
Yeah.
do this to myself? But
Yeah.
I do it anyway.
Yeah. I
It's my
definitely hear you.
therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. So, what are you working on for toys? Do you have anything projects working for that? That kind of stuff?
um, I I partnered up with a guy on Instagram called Hobo Toys,
Yeah.
and I came up with an idea for it's like Pee Wee Herman and Iron Man Hulkbuster armor, and I called it Herman and Nutbuster armor. And we released some a while ago, but I just talked to him the other day about making some more for me. So I'm gonna continue with those. I like making like the black light shining for when I do conventions. And when I
Right,
went
right,
to
right.
the SBX show, I basically sold out of the toys. And but I mean I've got ideas to make other ones.
Right, right. That's
But
cool. That's cool. That's awesome.
right now
So
I just do like toy packaging art. But
are you guys didn't I see that you're gonna make a tech noir too? Did I see that somewhere?
I keep with the popularity of issue 1. I kept asking Doyle if we were going to do a number 2 because we kind of ended it in a cliffhanger.
Right, right.
Like, I was like, "Are we going to continue this book? I mean, this is a super popular book. We could
Yeah,
continue the story, but it's up to him. I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
the artist and the guy that puts everything together."
Right, right. So when you put together, you don't like you mean you're you send stuff to you get it all in the folder and label them, you know, number them and stuff, and send them to uh, Comics Wellspring and all that kind of stuff. Is that what you're saying when you say you put it all together?
Yeah, it's like Doyle is the one that's in contact with all the artists, and then he has them send me their pages. They send me their pages finished. I have to edit
Right.
them sometimes because sometimes they do the text like really small, so
Yeah.
sometimes you have to edit it and make it bigger, or make the pages fit better or something. But I use
I hear you.
but I have
I
to, like, for that
I have to
cover,
do
I
that.
did
I have to
the
do that every month with random access. That's for sure. Just
well,
because everybody does stuff their own way,
I know
which
you
is
know
perfectly cool.
I know you know all about it. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
we usually tell them the size we're gonna do, and then they build it to that size.
Right. Right.
And I usually, if they do it properly, then I just have to, plop it in the template and go from
Right.
there, adjust it
Right.
a little bit here and there, but the
Yeah.
most and then I just have to worry about my art and story arc.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
for that
Cool.
one, I did the Tech Noir logo, and then the artist did the cover, which I had to edit a few things, but not much.
Right, right. So it's awesome. That's pretty much all the time that I have. But thanks a lot for joining me on the stream, and I'll definitely be checking out all the stuff that you're doing. And when do you think Gobbo is going to be out on the Kickstarter?
Um, I know we were talking the end of February, but we're already into March, so sometime this
Right.
month, hopefully.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know
I
I know we're figuring out like tiers and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah.
So,
But yeah, yeah. Good luck on all your stuff, and I'll definitely be checking everything out, and I'm gonna put the link in for your YouTube channel and all that stuff. Um,
yeah,
so
definitely do the Geff Bartrand artist one. The other one's
yeah,
mostly
yeah.
totals.
Yeah, yep, yep. I'll definitely link to that, and hopefully you can come on again and we can talk a little bit more about toys because I have a whole bunch, but I don't think that I'm as far into it as you are and some of the other people. I'm just kind of I have like this is one of my newer things is a Star Blazers model thing. Do you think models and toys are the same kind of brand thing, or are they completely different?
They're different but the same. It's like I love both. I like
Right.
putting. I just put this. I got a model like a figure kit, and when you put the model together, it has insane articulation, so each limb moves and it
Yeah,
becomes
yeah,
an extreme action figure, and I love that aspect of it too. I mean, I've been collecting toys since I was 4 years old.
yeah. It sounds like a Gundam. Do you think Gundams are toys or models?
Uh, I
Because
mean,
they are like that, I think,
basically
or they
snap together
used to be.
models, but they become action figures. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
Gundam is like the first, basically.
yeah, yeah.
That,
So
but
that's cool. But anyway, thanks for joining me, and hopefully I could get you on again.
I would love to. I'm always
Awesome,
down to chit chat.
awesome. So have a good one.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Peace, everyone.